Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and starting with the DAX here on the 4-hour chart. We're working through an Elliott Wave triangle pattern, and from wave B here we're looking down for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here. Now I can count this down as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here because we're looking for 5 waves in the C wave. It's also possible to have wave C in low here. If that's going to be the case here, then that would be confirmed if we get 12,200 as the support. Otherwise, we would see this market move up a little bit further in line with the US markets and then move down. So we're looking for a positive Monday and maybe a little bit of Tuesday, but then we'll see it going into corrective phase from that point there. I need to point out that if we do get support on the 200 here, the 12,200, then the target to the upside is the 300, this box here just above the 300, and then we would see a move back down into this space here and then a move up into this space here. So that would be the pathway for that. But let's go in here and look at this this space in here just on the hourly chart. So this is also counted a little bit differently from our website charts, but it still gives basically the same result. So in this instance here, we were looking at wave 3 low here. So I should take this up 1 degree, but that's okay for the time being. And so a green wave 3 here and a green wave 4 here. No, actually, that's correct the way I've got it. Monday morning, get all the filing cabinets in the grey cells working. So an A wave here, B wave here, and we're counting 5 waves up here. And I wanted to say this is the sort of the same 5 waves we're counting up for the S&P 500 as well. A different count, but still on an intraday basis the markets will be moving together, so it would be valid in that sense. So we've got a nice little 5 waves here for wave 1 and 2. We've been long here. We can bring the stop up into a small profit here at the moment. Our target was the 38.2% retracement level, but I don't see the 5 waves up from wave B here to wave C here as being finished. Very clear on 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3, ABC for 4, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. So the fourth wave here, we still may see a little move in here, coming back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree before seeing 5 waves up through to here somewhere, and then move down. So you can see that if this is the 38.2% retracement level, it's okay for the market to go to this is really 40%, isn't it? So it's okay for it to push up a little bit higher to this number here, the 12,200. But if this became the support here, and this is the picture for support here, so getting the first high above the level and using that as a reference point and the second reference point, so you can continue to go long at that point. I suggest instead of taking profit here that you just continue to move the stop up here, just in case we can continue to move up from that point there. Yeah, so that's really that in a way. So the other European markets haven't moved much as well, so it'll be a bit of a short video today. So for the Netherlands here, the AEX here, we're also looking for the same structure as the euro, the DAX, I mean. So on the DAX, this B wave here came below this structure here, but on this market it hasn't, but I'll still call it the same. And I possibly could count this differently too. As I could count it differently in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and a fourth wave here overlapping wave 1 and then up here, so 5 waves up here. Still leaves me with the A wave, but what it does do is it does change this here to copy this over here for the B wave sitting over here. But still doesn't make any difference because either way I look at it, I'm still looking for another little move up into this space here. So the 545 area, 544, somewhere in there, and then a rollover from that point. So I could also say too, the 545 as a nice tested support here, then I would need to count this the same as the alternative count in the DAX there. So technically, this has been a bearish move here. It's had this as resistance, not being able to find support, but this little move over here is telling me that it is support. So if you're a very short-term trader, you could take this, sorry about that, this from this little high here down to here, down to here, down to here is corrective. So we should take that high out there. So if you're bored, then you can do a short trade up into this space up here. But I'm going to remove that. It's just something that, as you can see across here, that has been trying to get support here. But now it's got it more so in this case here. I'm still going to bring this short trade over to here under this low here now. If that's breached, then we need to be on the short side. So you can go long or short here. I just don't see any big trends developing from this space just yet. If we get on the 45 here, the 545, then sure, we'll look at that. We'll glean a position here, and we'll also look to add on top of the 50 there as well. But I'll leave that with you to consider. And the next one is the UK. So as I mentioned here, since this started here, I can see this wave 3 low here. Well, it's a nice count really, isn't it? So from that wave 2 here, we've got wave 1 and 2 and 3 here. And then we've got an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave over here. So once again, I think there's one more little push to the upside here. Technically, you could go long because you got support on 73 there. That's fine. But I just pretty clear that there's still another move down here for this. So we can always pick up the long trade if I'm wrong. And I've got to squeeze 5 waves from this low here to wave 4 here. So I think that this is all of wave 4 here. So we can look at 1 and 2 and 3. A, B, C for 4 here and up for 5, a little bit further to go. But like I said before, this is just going to travel sideways, so I don't think that it's a sort of fighting pit that we need to walk into, when we don't see any sort of upside here for this. And also for the MIB, nothing sort of happening here as well. However, if we get a move up here, just this is where we'll be going long from on that high here. So if we want to be long above the 2100 area here. I can count this in a couple of ways, as you know, from wave 3 here all the way over to wave 4. That's not a problem. And then counting 5 waves down, and it looks kind of nice, doesn't it? It feels okay of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. The only problem with the 5th wave here is that it appears to be in 3 waves. So this all can be part of a corrective move here in terms of, well, I could count it in lots of different ways, but even an A wave to here, a B wave to here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to here. This little move here, however, on the cash market made a new high above here. But look, this can be counted in different ways here. I don't see a lot sort of happening here, but if we get a move above this high here, then we have to take that long trade. It's as simple as that. We can't really turn bearish unless we get a move below the 20,600 here, and that's a 61.8%, and then we've got the support here of 500 here, so we're going to get, that should be on 500, so I don't know if it is or not. Up a little bit, pull the socks up somewhere in there. Close enough. I mean, if it was under the 500, we'd certainly short it at that point. But being under the 600 here, there would be a case for preparing to be short at that point. But we wouldn't short it there because we would wait for the bounce off the 500. And after the bounce, if that's in 3 waves, well, then we'll look for a setup to be short here. So we're between a rock and a hard place here at the moment, and I can count this in different ways here. I can, if I go to the hourly chart here, In fact, I'll go to the tick chart instead. So with the tick chart here, I mean, I've had this correction here in 3 waves here, so I would expect a move above this high here. And on the cash market, we got that, but we didn't get it here in this market. So it's possible to count this as an ABC for the A wave here, a B wave here, and then looking this down here. No, I can't even do that. Yes, I can. 1, 2 here, and then the third wave is to here, and the fourth and the fifth wave here. So the third wave is 1 and 2 in here, 3 here, 4 and 5. I'm just going to move that. Don't need that now. So it's possible for this market as an A and a B and a C here to move straight up from here. So if you see a move above this high here, you could probably take that there as well. Otherwise, we need to look for a larger correction. If that's the actual high here, which was on the cash market, then we would need to consider this the A wave here, a B wave coming into play here, and that would pull back up to the 61.8% from here to this low here. So it would come into this space here. This is the B wave, and then move down for a C. I can't draw on the tick chart on this side here, but an A wave to here, B wave to here, and a C wave coming into this space here. So I just don't know. If you're long at the moment, we're just keeping out of trouble here, and we'll keep the trade at break even, and you may even be out, but I'll just leave them both there. But if the 21 is breached here, then we'll be on the long side here. But otherwise, this market can, is really on the negative side, on the bearish side, until it makes a new high here. So I just think we just have to wait. We know nothing much is going on with the other European markets at this moment, and there's nothing really here. And of course, this makes many of the stocks trading as well not moving much at all either in this particular case. So the markets are just stalling at the moment. So nothing really we can do about that. You just have to be patient, and and this is the bullish count here in the bigger picture, with this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then this would be wave 1 and wave 2 here. So but we'll see. I just don't know. We'll just see. But this is the trigger. That's the important thing here. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.